Welcome to Untold Valor. Before we begin this powerful story of hidden identity and overdue recognition, tell me in the comments, what city are you watching from today? And if you believe stories like this deserve to be told, hit that subscribe button. These heroes need our voices. The diner on Route 47 wasn't much to look at. Red vinyl booths, coffee that had been sitting too long, and a bell that chimed every time someone pushed through the glass door. It was the kind of place truckers stopped for eggs and toast, where locals came for gossip, and where nobody asked too many questions. Every morning at 6:30 a.m., he was there. Corner booth, back to the wall, hood pulled up over graying hair. He never ordered much. Black coffee and toast, sometimes soup if it was cold outside. The waitress, Maria, had tried to make conversation at first, but he kept his answers short. "Coffee's fine. Check, please." "Thank you, ma'am," the other customers whispered. Some thought he was homeless. Others figured he was just another broken-down veteran with nowhere else to go. His clothes were clean but worn. His boots had seen better days. He paid in cash, always exact change, always left a small tip. But there were things they didn't notice: the way he sat with perfect posture, the way his eyes tracked every person who entered, the way he never sat anywhere. He couldn't see both the front door and the kitchen exit. The way he folded his napkin in precise military corners. For 3 months, he was invisible. Just another regular who minded his own business and left everyone else alone. Until the morning agent Sarah Chen walked in. Chen was FBI, Counterterrorism Division, grabbing coffee before a long drive to the field office in Phoenix. She ordered at the counter, turned to find a seat, and froze. The man in the corner booth had lowered his hood slightly, revealing just enough of his profile. She knew that face, not from personal experience but from classified briefings, from photos in secure files, from case studies they used in training. She paid for her coffee with shaking hands, stepped outside, and made a phone call that would change everything. "This is Agent Chen. I need to speak to Director Morrison, now." "Sarah, what's wrong?" "Sir, I think I just found Ghost." The name hit her supervisor like a physical blow. Ghost. The operative who had vanished 15 years ago after a mission went sideways in Afghanistan. The man who had saved dozens of lives but had been presumed dead when he never made it to the extraction point. "Sarah, that's impossible. Ghost is dead. We confirmed it." "Sir, I'm looking at him right now. He's sitting in a diner in Millbrook, Arizona, drinking coffee like he's been here for months." Within 2 hours, 3 black SUVs pulled into the diner's parking lot. No sirens, no flashing lights, just quiet efficiency. Agent Chen led the way, followed by her supervisor and a team of specialists who had been briefed on the situation. The breakfast crowd looked up nervously as the agents entered, all except the man in the corner booth. He didn't move, didn't look up, just continued stirring his coffee with the same methodical precision he'd shown for months. Agent Chen approached slowly. "Excuse me, sir. Could we have a word?" He finally looked up. His eyes were calm, unsurprised. "I was wondering when you'd find me." "So you know who we are?" "I know who you think I am." He set down his coffee cup. "But that person died in the Hindu Kush 15 years ago." Agent Chen sat down across from him. "Your name is Captain Marcus Webb. You were part of a classified extraction team. You disappeared during Operation Silent Dawn." The man smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. "My name is John. I fix motorcycles and drink coffee. That's all. The fingerprints on your coffee cup will tell us otherwise." He nodded slowly. "I suppose they will." The diner had gone completely quiet. Maria, the waitress, stood behind the counter, clutching her order pad. The truckers in the next booth had stopped eating. Everyone was watching, sensing that something historic was happening in their small-town diner. "Marcus," Agent Chen said gently, "we thought you were dead. Your team extracted under fire. They searched for you for weeks. They found who they were supposed to find." "What happened out there?" For the first time, something flickered in his eyes. Pain, maybe, or memory. "I made a choice. The mission was compromised. Someone had to stay behind to buy time for the others to escape. But you survived. Part of me did." Agent Chen leaned forward. "Marcus, There are people who need to know you're alive. Your team, your family. My family buried an empty coffin 15 years ago. They mourned, they moved on, they healed. I won't undo that for them. But you're a hero. You saved lives. I did my job. Heroes don't disappear for 15 years.
The conversation continued for another hour. Slowly, carefully, the truth emerged. Marcus Webb hadn't died in Afghanistan, but he couldn't come home either. The mission had been classified at the highest levels. The enemy had learned his identity. Coming home would have put everyone he loved at risk, so he became John, a motorcycle mechanic in small-town Arizona, a man who kept to himself, lived quietly, and tried to forget the sound of gunfire and the weight of decisions that kept him awake at night. The FBI agents didn't arrest him. They didn't force him to come with them. They simply sat in that diner, in that corner booth, and listened to the story of a man who had sacrificed everything, including his own identity, to keep others safe. When they finally left, the diner remained quiet. Maria refilled his coffee cup without being asked. The truckers nodded respectfully as they passed his booth. The whispers stopped. He was still just a man who came in every morning for coffee and toast. But now they knew. The homeless veteran they'd been ignoring was actually a hero who had chosen invisibility over recognition, silence over glory. Agent Chen left her card on the table. "If you ever change your mind," she said, "if you ever want to come home, call me." Marcus John picked up the card, looked at it for a long moment, then tucked it into his wallet. "Thank you," he said. "But I am home." The next morning he was back in his corner booth. Same time, same order, same quiet dignity. But the staff treated him differently now. Not because he was a hero, but because they finally understood that some heroes choose to serve in silence.
And sometimes the most powerful stories are the ones that never get told.
The world is full of Marcus Webbs. Men and women who served, who sacrificed, who chose silence over recognition. They're in our diners, our neighborhoods, our communities. They don't wear their service on their sleeves because they don't need to. Have you ever met someone like Marcus? Someone ordinary who turned out to be extraordinary? Share their story in comments. And if this story moved you, subscribe to Silent Valor Stories. We're here to honor those who serve in silence. We'll see you in the next story. Until then, look closer at the quiet ones. You never know what legends are hiding in plain sight.